Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 32, Hideous Henry. One morning, Henry the long green engine was sulking in the shed. The engines could tell. He didn't say a word, and he looked very cross. Edward and Toby were confused. "Why are you sulking, Henry?" they asked. But Henry didn't say a word. "I think I know why," said Edward. "Why?" asked Duck. "He's jealous." "Jealous of what?" asked James. "I'm not sure. If he would tell us, maybe we could help him, but he's not." Said Thomas. "Henry's never been this quiet before. Usually when he wakes up in the morning, he's usually bright and cheerful." "Henry," said Thomas, "please, speak. We'd love to hear your voice in the morning." But Henry didn't say a word. "Don't worry, guys," said Edward. "He can't hold it all day. Someday he's going to have to burst." But Henry knew he could go through the day without bursting. He had done it before, but this time it seemed harder than ever. The engines waited a couple of minutes for him to talk, but he said nothing. They waited a couple more, and finally Henry couldn't take it anymore. Just then he blurted out. "Oh," he said, "it's Gordon. I'm jealous." "I told you guys," said Edward. "But what are you jealous about?" asked Toby. "Because," said Henry, "he gets to pull the express all the time, and I never get to do anything like that." "Rubbish," said James. "Don't be mad at Gordon." "Why?" asked Henry. "Because," said Duck, "Sir Topham Hatt does all the train orders. You shouldn't be mad at him. Sir Topham Hatt assigns him to pull the express. If you're mad at anybody, it should be Sir Topham Hatt." "I guess you're right," said Henry, "but I'm still not sure. He's been boasting a lot lately." "Don't worry," said Edward. "Don't worry about Gordon. He's always been boastful." "Yeah," said Thomas. "Just don't think about it. Just do your work, and Sir Topham Hatt may give you the chance to pull the express." Said Henry. "But I want to pull the express sometime soon," he said. I'm just dying to. It would feel so good to go along the express line one more time." "I know how you feel," said Toby, "except I've never pulled the express, so I don't know how it feels." Me either," said Duck. "I wish the day would come," said Henry, "but it seems like it never will." But just then his driver walked up. "Henry," he said, "we have an important job to do." "What is it?" said Henry. "Gordon's having trouble with the express." "Ha," said Henry, "I told you guys. Now I will get my chance to prove to Gordon that I am a really useful engine." "But it's not that sort of job," said his driver. "There's been trouble with the express coaches. We need to go help." Who cares?" said Henry. "A job with the express? Huh. Man, I just love this job." He puffed under the bridge to work. But the job wasn't as Henry had expected. Gordon had arrived at the station with only one of his express coaches. There had been a faulty coupling, and so the other express coach was stranded on the line. Gordon was cross. He said. "Why are the passengers mad at me? It's a faulty coupling. It could happen to any engine." His driver and fireman were concerned. "The passengers are cross," they told him. "What shall we do?" said Gordon. "Sir Topham Hatt's going to be very mad now." "I know," said the driver and fireman, "but don't worry. We have a plan." The driver and fireman calmed all the passengers down. "Now," said the driver and fireman, "just try packing into one coach here. Hopefully it will work." But still, half of the passengers were left. He said, "We need that extra coach. Otherwise, the express won't be able to continue." "We need to go send for an engine," said the fireman. "Who?" said Gordon. "We sent for Henry." "Pah," said Gordon. "Henry's the engine I really need to see right now." But he was being very sarcastic. The coach had been left on the line, and it was feeling very lonely. "Oh dear," she said. "When will an engine ever come to get me?" "Oh, thank goodness," she said. "There you are, Henry. I thought I'd never see an engine again." But Henry was cross. He banged the coach hard. "Oh," said the coach. "Don't bang me. I will bang as much as I want," said Henry. "You're just a stupid old coach." But the coach was offended by this. She said. "And don't go down that hill too fast," she said. "You might hit me off the rails. I have old wheels, you know, and they sometimes don't grip that well." "Pah," said Henry. "I don't care what your wheels are. You're going to get to the station no matter what." "Pah," said the coach. You're not sure about that. I may not decide to go there, you know." "I know," said Henry, "but you have to continue along your way." The coach came out of the tunnel. Henry knew he needed to get to the station quickly. Ugh, he said, I must hurry. Watch out, said the coach. There was trouble along the line. Scarlotti was heading the same way. He was carrying his passengers. Henry thought, he said, I need to get past Scarlotti, but it's only a one-way track. I'll have to bump him back to the turntable, so then I can go along my job. He ran at Scarlotti, but it was so hard that he ran into Scarlotti, and Scarlotti fell off the track. Cinders and ashes, said Scarlotti. Why'd you do that, Henry? I have an important job to do, he said. I'm carrying passengers here. Now they'll be cross. And indeed they were. They got out of the coach and were mad at Henry. Sorry, said Henry, but that wasn't the only thing he was about to be sorry for. Scarlotti had rocked the foundation of the construction site, and now Boulder was cross. Ugh, he said. Who has banged against the construction site? I will pay them out, but he didn't need to. Scarlotti had bumped into it so hard that Boulder began to shake. He began to move toward the track. Henry and the other passengers didn't know this. Suddenly, Boulder began to move more and more faster, and he crashed down on Henry. Oh, said Henry. Cinders and ashes. What was that all about? Boulder looked at him crossly. Oh, he said, I don't care what you think or what you do. You're a troublesome engine. Boulder had knocked the house over. Oh, said Henry, could this day get any worse? Unfortunately, it could. Rocks and stones began to fall on his new green paint. They dented him, and the coat was soon ruined. Cinders and ashes, said Henry. This is unbelievable. I get to finally do something with the express, and it turns into a whole mess. Oh, he said, I should be ashamed of myself. You should, said Sir Topham Hatt. You have caused confusion and delay. Now I'll have to call for Duck to come get this express coach right here. You're a troublesome engine, and you know it. I know, he said. And look, sir, he said, all these rocks and stones have damaged my coat. I know, said Sir Topham Hatt, but you're not getting a new one. I heard that you were sulking in the shed this morning. And then I do not allow sulky engines on my railway. I'm sorry, sir, said Henry. You better be, said Sir Topham Hatt. Look, here's Oliver. I think he has something to say to you. Well, said Oliver, it looks like you look very hideous, Henry, he said. Be quiet, said Henry. If you got pelted with hundreds of stones and rocks, you'd be damaged too. But I'm not covered up to my wheels in the stones, he said. Oh, said Henry. Stop talking. You stop being silly, said Oliver, and he puffed away. It looks like Oliver had some strong words for you there, little Henry. I'm not little, he said. I know you're not little, said Sir Topham Hatt, but you're definitely very hideous, Henry. Henry didn't like this at all.